hype train incoming. Good morning, y'all. Thanks for all the subs and resubs. WTF, why not? Mongo Slade, Talmax, thank you all. Y'all are awesome. How are y'all this morning? Did y'all make it to today? I made it to today, I think. Like that was like the biggest challenge. Yeah, the names fell off finally, so now maybe it'll be my impetus to grab my pictures from the shipping office and put them in here, just to make it DP LaFall. 6 months of subbing. Hype! If you have Prime subs, you can use them for free. If you're an Amazon Prime supporter, yeah, that would be dope. So yeah, I made it to today. This is gonna be a bit of a hot mess stream. I'm a little bit sideways, a little bit fried, a little bit ragged. My brain is all over the place. So today's stream, I have lots of little things I'm going to talk about. We'll see where it takes us. Just a little bit. I just got a lot going on. Like my parents are moving here, like today. So like that's on me. So they'll be at my house to spend the night here tonight. So like just little things, you know. I have a lot of work to do. My wife's working from 8 to 8. You know, take the kids, pick up the kids, Tyler baseball practice. Oh, by the way, I got to work. You know, no, it's just yeah, everything's fine. You know, and I'm dealing with the outside world and the news and just it's a standard 2020 day. Moving here as into your house, no. So moving here as into my town. So, yeah, but they'll be here spending the night, say, tonight. So just getting ready for that. So just a lot going on, just like, and then like trying to figure out, like I just closed the lid on my laptop to get started here. And I was sending an invoice and I was like, okay, what was the start of this week? What was the date of the start of this week so I can put it into the invoice? And I pulled up the calendar, and that's where the show title came from today. I was like, holy crap, it's only Tuesday. I don't know what day I thought it was, but I didn't think it was Monday. Yesterday was Monday. Apla, Wolfie, good morning. Thanks for the follow. How are you? I hope you've had a good start to the week. I've had a start to the week, like it's actually started. I don't know what day it is already. That's how it's going. So just like 10,000 things going on, pretty much like this stream's gonna be today. Like I've got an unboxing, I got a pen to ink up, I got some things to show you. Yeah, but like not a huge amount. So if y'all wanna fire up any questions, let me know. Jesse, good morning. Tony, my in-laws, my wife's parents have lived here for 20 years. So we're good there, but now I'll have both of my parents. My parents decided that, they're getting older and, wanted to be around family. And it's just me and my sister. My sister lives in Massachusetts and they didn't want to be freezing. They're southern people at heart. They're cold when it's, 85 degrees, right? So they're moving to my town, be close to the family, which is great. I'm super thrilled. Obligatory question, knock backpack one day. Maybe. Like, that's the hardest thing. I've talked to someone who had a backpack design recently, and no matter how great your backpack design is, it's really hard to bring to market and be confident about it. It's a very strong competition. It's a different price point, and it has to be enough different to make a difference, to be worth making, right? So do I have backpack ideas? Yeah, I have backpack ideas out the yin yang. Will I ever bring one to market? We'll keep working on it. Like, I've got more backpack prototypes than pen case prototypes, probably. Yeah. Oh, by the way, all this stuff I mentioned this morning, there's a hurricane coming too. So, all my friends in Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, be safe. We'll get the rain in the next couple days. Wax canvas knock backpack with the unicorn interior is the dream. That's not a bad idea. Make the one you already made. That one might be the closest to coming because I think that's different and unique enough. Even though sling bags are pretty common, right? They've been a very popular thing. I think what we tried to do with the backpack is we tried to do like really what we wanted as far as like feature sets, design features, you know, particular buckles, particular zippers, you know, where the handles go, what type of straps you put on there, what type of buckles you use on the straps, and try to like really like do all the things. And then in the end, I think we were both happy with like the most basic backpack style and design, to where you would just buy like the open bag. It would have a couple of pockets, and then you could store other things in it, right? That seemed to be the idea that we went on, from going like basic, complex, insane, and back down to the basics. So, you know, our sling bag design is done though. Like, I would be very happy to bring that one out. So I may work on that. Yeah, the JanSport. Like, there's a reason the JanSport is still popular to this day, right? I bought a wax canvas JanSport style backpack about 6 months ago. That's awesome. And it's literally just the backpack. It's got like a laptop slot, and then it's got two front pockets. That is it. Completely open in the middle. So it's just, if we, who knows? Our sling bag is really, really good, though. I like that design. So I'll see if we can come up with that. We might have to change the materials around. What's up, 36? Thanks for the Prime sub, and I appreciate you, the cheerleaders. Appreciate it. Ariana, and God, I always forget his name. We did this once already. I think I could remember. I hope to see the sling bag someday. Me too. If we did it, that might be first, because that would be the closest to being complete. Like, I'm happy with that design. I'm not sure you can make something that would replace my Synapse in terms of a true backpack. See, that's very true, Tony. And our price point would be less than that, but not less enough to go, oh, I need both, right? It would be, oh, I could spend $50 more and get a Synapse, which I own as well, which is freaking awesome. Like, so what would that entail? What size would the sling bag be? Do y'all want me to bring the sling bag on Thursday? I could go get it now. It might take me a second to round it up. What do y'all want to do? Yeah, backpack talk. Do y'all want me to go get the sling bag now? I really have like not a lot of plans for this stream, so we can just do that if y'all want me to jump up for a second. All right, let me go grab it. I'm looking around here to make sure I have enough stuff to fill it with, so you can get an idea of how it would work. I think we can make it work. All right, I'll be right back. All right, we got it. Yeah, Synapses. The Synapse is what made me sell all my other backpacks, and I still have. I mean, I've bought 2 bags since then, but they're different for different cases. So the 19 was too small for me. I bought the 19 at first, and it looked like a doll backpack on my back. So I bought the 24, and it's great. All right, so this is a little bit bigger than a lot of the sling bags being made now, and it was considered for stationary carry. So this is the outside. Here, I'm trying to give you a scale. So that's an A5 notebook, right? Just for scale, right? The scale looks a little bit off looking at my body. It's probably smaller than A4. Maybe A4 fits in it. I don't have anything A4 around. I don't have any A4 around. So, but it's thick. You know, it's got a little bit of depth to it, right? So that's the front outside, just a front exterior pocket, open pouch on the outside. One of the features we wanted to try to do with this is I forget the weight of this one. So our normal weight, Cordura weight. So it's about A5 height. So what's that? 8.3. So our normal Cordura weight's 1,000 denier. This is like 1050, but it's not really relative to the thickness dimension. What this fabric is the emergency medical services weight for their exterior bags, right? So it's a special heavyweight, heavy duty material. So this is not a super light bag. So like if we did bring this to market, maybe I would trade out the exterior for the standard Cordura. I don't know. It's got a cool rubber label. Like this is the final version. Like I love this. It has my Inky Converters mule, my pack mule from Angela. She gave me that at a pen show. So yeah, just standard open pocket in the front. So some of y'all have seen this in person. I carry it to pen shows because it's great. So like that's your A5 size, fits in there easy, right? So it's just an open pouch. And then the back has a handle to pick up because I don't want to, if I have this bag set down, it's big enough to where it can stand up on its own. And I want to be able to just pick it up with the handle. So it's got a handle. Strap fit is the biggest challenge for this bag because it's a crossbody bag, right? So it's got the flaps that would go over your shoulders, kind of, or in the front of your chest, like your collarbone areas for comfort, right? So the strap's not hitting them. And then we have the faux Cobra buckle, which is the plastic one, but it's easy deploy. But that's a big buckle across your chest and sternum, your breast for women. Like that's a big buckle, you know, for that area. So, you know, maybe that's a consideration. Like, do you change this huge mass like right in the middle of your chest? So, yeah, I think this is smaller than that bento bag, but I don't know. I don't have one. Then on the inside, so on the inside, it is very knocked up, if you will. So you have two A5 pouches on the side, pin sleeves in the middle, right? So you can fit like your phone over here. It is straight up knock design on the inside. I don't have a pocket notebook in here. Pocket notebook, pens, notebook, right? So that's like your basic internal setup, right? So two larger pockets on the side, and then two pin slots in the middle, and then the opposite side is your just open, kind of your open notebook slot, right? So I've been carrying this for what, 2-3 years now. It's really great, and like it's got a ton of room in the middle still, right? So this is not a small bag, right? This is not a small bag at all by any stretch of the imagination, right? You could fit, I don't know, how many A5, 200-page A5 notebooks could you fit in the middle there? 5 or 6. Put the buckle on the shorter strap side so it's in the clavicle area and make it so people can switch the straps around. Yeah, like that's an option, right? It's a cost, but you can't, like you're saying, you can't commit to one side because then you're determining people's handedness or preference. So could you have the buckles be relocated from up towards the clavicle on both sides and adjust? Maybe. So yeah, but I just love the shape, the size of it. So it's kind of all the things. It's very knocky. I love it. I carry it all the time. So, you know, this would be, I would come out with this before I came out with a backpack. The problem with this is it's very expensive. Like what we designed to make here, I don't even remember, so don't hold me to this, but I think we'd have to sell it for like somewhere between $120 and $140. It's pretty expensive. I'd have that could just be my memory, but it was over $100. And then like as Mike and I know, we were a fan of a company called Brown Buffalo. They made a sling bag that was probably like half this size, but it was also like $40, right? It's a challenge. Smaller buckles on the flap sides. Yeah, so who knows? Yeah, this would be a pre-order. It's high. Oh, it's absolutely high. Maybe it was like 125. I don't even know because it's just not a thing. Would a laptop fit in the middle compartment? Almost certainly not. A tablet probably would. I don't have my iPad in here, but this is the 13-inch MacBook. Well, it comes pretty close to fitting. So there you go. Okay, I lied, Michael. I mean, it fits. It's tight. This is the 13-inch MacBook Pro. So there you go. It fits. I wouldn't want to carry it in there. I'd carry a tablet in there for sure, though. Would it be possible to do an interior pocket in the front zip? Yeah, I probably wouldn't though. I get the idea of it, but then your flap, the way your flap's designed here, like I like the standard shape of this and the spacing here. So then you're having to dig and pull. It's not the best experience when you have to lift and pull this part to get to your products down here and like separate it like this. I don't enjoy that experience. You know, I'd rather have this open experience in the front. So I almost certainly would not put a pocket panel in the front. Good morning, Tessa, and hello, wonderful chat. Envelope pocket on the front. I don't totally know what you mean. So, and plus, oh, like the seed, just the flat pocket. I mean, this bag is big enough to get your hand into here. So I wouldn't think, I think that would end up buckling as you carried it. Right, as that envelope pocket on the seed, it's generally flat at all times. I think you would have a buckle or a pucker in that design. It was not a serious suggestion. I forget that you're that way. Rich Sticks just gifted 11 subs. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that so much. You're trying to make me make this bag, aren't you? Golly, that is awesome. Thank you, Rich Sticks. Given a 1-1 subscriptions. 1-1 subscription. So thank you for the gift sub. Yeah, so, you know, it's constantly at the top of my mind. It just may not happen anytime soon, if ever. So there you go. That's that bag. It's dope. I especially like the handle. The handle's kind of cool for this. I will sign up with whatever I need to get this bag. Yeah, he gifted one. I saw that afterwards, but the notification was weird, wasn't it? But hey, maybe it's like 11 forever because he's gifted a bunch of subs. Yeah, so like this is not a tiny sling bag by any stretch of the imagination. So like it fits my body, which like I have wide shoulders, wide torso. It holds a crap ton of stuff. So we'll see. You know, that's one of my favorite products I own that we've never made for everybody else. That's the one where there's just one of, and I love it. So I should make it, like if I have it that, if I have, you know, that much love for it, maybe I'll look into it a little bit more. You know, I could probably get the cost down. I wouldn't change the shape or the design, but maybe we're using a very expensive, yeah, it'd be like fall 2021. That would be a good idea. It would be this is a very expensive material on the exterior. So like I could use our standard and it would still hold the shape and form, but I don't know, it might be worth it to have that kind of material on there. Coco, thanks for the 3 months of subbing. Where'd your alerts go? Dang. So we can talk about bags on here all the time. We will always talk about bags. So bags are great. So they're just very, very hard. That's why we've never done to, yeah, it would be a Kickstarter or pre-sale or something for sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. So we'll see. We can mess around with that. Like I need to get it requoted. Yeah, there's a reason we chose that material, Andrew. Like I don't know that I'd make a backpack in this material, but it seems to work well for this sling bag. Like it's a serious, like if you could reach through and grab this, you could tell the density of it. Like it's not stab proof or anything crazy like that, but it's like that kind of texture, right? It's got a density and a thickness to it. If anyone's fit that, it would not fit. It would not be a good laptop bag. It's a good tablet bag though. That's what I usually carry. Like at pen shows, I'll carry like my tablet, like if I'm at a table or something, like, and I need my accessories for the tablet and some things and like some extra cash, you know, for change, things like that. So, all right, I got one small singular product to unbox today. Some of y'all, I'm actually glad Ink Dependence Mike is here because I think he got the original one of these. Is anyone here familiar with the Rind pen, R-I-I-N-D? And maybe Mike's got the new one too. Does anyone remember these from a couple years ago? Kickstarter project pen that I had really, really enjoyed. Really super great quality. Yeah, we can always chat about bags. I'm glad to do it. I have lots of thoughts on bags more than I have decisions on bags, if that makes sense. Yeah, this is the one with the huge clip, but at a weird angle. Like I loved it. Like a lot of people hated it. I thought it was super cool. It was just a big bulky pen. So talking to Clayton, who makes Rind, I think he thinned these out. Was the idea of what's in there. I haven't seen a picture of them. I haven't opened this up yet. But the original Rind was a big bulky pen, huge, like really torqued out clip. And it was nice. You could tell like the craftsmanship was really, really good. I like the build of it. It was just a big pen. So let's see what this model is. Like, I think the idea is he might have narrowed it out some. This is a tricky little box. I would like to get into it without destroying it. Not sure that I can though. I could just tear this open, but I'm actually trying to figure it out because it's a neat little box. But there we go. All right. So what we got here. All right. So these are the loaners because I have a return label in here. So Clayton has loaned me these pens. So I'm glad I didn't shred the box in breaking it open. What happened to the second camera? I got it. We'll flip it over. As soon as I get these open, you want me to flip it over now? I don't do it when I'm talking that much. Oh, look, cool pens. So, here we go. So, I'm not sure what he sent me here, but I think there's 3 pens in it. So, let me take these out. We got this guy. This is a really neat box. Like I said, I'm really kind of fascinated with this box. It's a little tricky to get open. How do I get this last one? Look, this box is like a puzzle. There's a pin in there. How do I get it back? Oh, these like flap in here. There we go. I mean, I figured it was that way, but dang. That's a nice Leonardo you got there. We're going to ink that pen up today for a reason. Oh, yeah. These are definitely thinner. All right. Let me save this box so I can send these back. or maybe I'll talk him into let me keep them if I like them enough. All right, this one looks fancy. This one looks fancy. This one looks special materials. And then this one looks like the base level. So let's do this. Oh, so look, it's a clipless one. So this is very Ajoto, Baron Fig. What's that one, the Baron Fig called? I'm not even joking. Squire, thank you. So Ajoto, so it's that shape with a twist. So what's interesting here is this is a, what's the term? It's basically, it's a 360 degree clip mechanism. It does not reverse, right? You keep turning it the same way to deploy. Like I'm not turning forward then backward to get it in. You can, but you can just keep going in the same direction. That's pretty cool. So you turn it to deploy, turn it the same direction, pops it back in. It's thin. It feels a little bit wider than the Squire and the Ajoto, maybe just a hair. Just like his first pins, the machining is mega tight. Still futzing with the box over there. Well, you might have a better camera angle over there. So the machining is very nice. So you can see on the knurling here, if we can get it to focus. Doesn't want to. How slippery is it? Not at all in the grip section. So it's got good knurling here. It's like a ridge. It's not knurling, it's like ridges. Focus there for a second. See if we can get it back. I think I'm gonna have to invest in a better desk cam for products, right? Something that Mike said to adjust it beforehand. I'll have to work or adjust it specifically, but we'll see. Good size. Let me do a size comparison here. So here's a Retro 51. So if you want to get a good idea of the size, this is a very, very nice pen. So there you go. It's essentially the same length as a Retro. It's a little narrow, a little wider at the end of the grip, and about the same to maybe a little bit narrower in the upper. Rich Sticks, I'll use your sponsorship money. So, yeah, interesting. So how do we get this apart? Up front? Okay. Let me take this apart here. I think he uses G2 refills, so these should fit any of your Parker Pilot G2 styles of refill, if I'm correct. And I'm wrong. These are Parker style refills in this model. I just know the old Rhines were G2s, I think. So Parker refills in this guy, so you know I put the Jetstream in there. It's long enough. Oh yeah, Friday I'm on with Mike. A little oil on that one, on the innards. Let me wipe my hands. So the mechanism is a little tight, but I think that's probably because of the way it is. It's not a multi-directional, even though it can be. Since it spins, it's a little bit different feeling. Like it's a little bit more stout than like an Ajoto or a Squire, if that makes sense. But I think it's the way it continues in the circular motion. So yeah, that's one model. One of these has a clip. So this is the one that I think most of us remember. This guy. So this was the first pen that he designed with this huge clip, and it's really strong. Love it. And this one does have the knurling, which popped in there for a second. And this one has the same twist mechanism. This one's similar. This one is like his original pen. with a little bit narrower diameter barrel, I think. This one's not like crazy narrow. Like, I think it's wider than this other one. Let's see. It feels wider. Yeah, it looks wider too, right? These clips are strong. But let's see what refill this one is. Because I thought these were G2 refills, but I could be wrong. No, it's still Parker. Still Parker style. Maybe they were Parker style before. Hey, Mark. Clip is even bigger than I remember. Yeah. I think it seems a little bit longer on the narrower pin, I think. Right? The other pin was a little bit wider. This clipless one is nice. I like them both. I love this big honking clip. Yeah, G2 and I'm always right. If you say G2 refill, you're going to be right like 90% of the time, right? And you say, oh, I meant European, right? That's the way it goes. And I'm cleaning my hands because this last one is copper. Ooh. Okay. This is not copper. This is rose gold aluminum. Looking through the thing, I thought it was copper. This is rose gold aluminum because it's light. It's lighter than this one. I don't know what this must be, titanium or stainless. It's not overly heavy. This one weighs half the weight of this one, or 2/3 of the weight. And this isn't a heavy pin. Like, this feels like a Retro 51 type weight. This one is light, shiny. The grip is not slick, even with this lightness in the finish. Durdilly, thanks for the follow. Appreciate you. Hope you're doing well. That's pretty nice. Marco too, thanks for the follow. This surprised me. I thought it was just going to be a copper version of one of these pins. It is a different pin almost completely because of the feel. It's lighter. It's aluminum. The finish is killer. It is not slick at all in the grip. D Reynolds, thanks for the gift sub. Thank you. Let's go. Craig and Ariana, get hype. Let's go. I consider me impressed. I don't know what to say about this one because I had my mind made up that it was going to be this heavy copper thing, and it is not even that at all. It's pretty cool. Yeah, so the size of these is great. These are really impressive. These clipless models, I think, are going to be the key for whatever Clayton's going to do this next go round, because that's not that it's, you know, completely groundbreaking or unique, but it's in his own Rhine style, to where if you like the Ajoto or the Squire, you're going to like something like this, where this is a little bit more of an outlier. Like, I love this, but these are pretty cool how they do. It looks small on my hand. It's not. It's the same size as a Retro 51 essentially. You know, it's a little wider on the front end of the barrel, a little darker here. It's just because this is a top-down camera. Like, it's more than long enough. Like, this is standard. I'm sure it's like 5 1/4. Do I have a... We can do the big. So here we go. You'll see. Oh, it's upside down. Sorry. But it's 5. So 5 1/4 is about normal. 5 to 5 1/4 is your standard length pins. So there you go. Like, Retro hits 5 as well. Any idea on the price? I was just thinking about that, Thunder Viking, and he didn't let me know. So I'll email him and find out. I don't know what he's doing with these. I don't know if this is going to be a Kickstarter. His last project was a Kickstarter. Is he going to sell these directly? I don't know. I would definitely be in for these clipless models. I think the clip model is cool, but that's a different market, a certain market. And I already have one of those. Even though this one's a little bit thinner, if I already had this, I'm not going to get the thinner model of this. I'm getting one of these because they're pretty cool. The finish on this rose gold extremely nice. Like, I don't even get like how clean it is. Pretty impressive, if you ask me. The clip ones are 99, so I don't think they would be much more than that. I think the clip is cool. Let me switch this back real fast, and then we'll go back the other way. Like, I don't see how high I can get it up here. So, like, it slides on. Like, you have a pretty large amount of the pen hanging out if you clip it, but, you know, not a lot of people clip it here, you know, anyway. But if you're clipping it to a bag or a backpack or a notebook, you know, it's going to work really well. So you still have a lot of pen sticking out, right? Can you show the pink one? I'll flip the cameras. Yes, I'll show the pink one. So, like, it sticks out a lot. But, yeah, the asymmetry is what gives it the torque. All right, so let me show you on these. You want to see the rose gold? It still doesn't focus properly. And then here's the, I don't know what this one is. I'm guessing this might be titanium, but it's finished. It's got a polished finish on it, but it's heavier. Good morning, Schmevelin. Super nice. Very pleased with those. So yeah. So that's the new rind stuff. I'm gonna have to play around with the pins a little bit more. See how they feel. I mean, I think they're pretty awesome. Like, I'm thinking about this because I'm trying to just remember from the last rind pen release. No dates for those. I don't have any information on price or release date. I'll email Clayton because I got to send these back to him. But I'm going to play around. Like, this is my choice right now for the weight, which is not too heavy. But I think this one will probably do the best. It's lighter. It's more standard feeling, if you will. I don't know how to explain it than that. Really nice, though. Very happy with that. Good job, Clayton, if he was watching this. I told him I asked him if I could unbox it, because I asked him if I could share these, because I hadn't opened them yet. And I still had the box. He was checking in, did I get the delivery? And I told him yes. I said, can I share these? He said yes. I said, okay, then I'm going to stream it. So there you go. So maybe he's watching. Maybe he has no clue what a stream is. But I like these little cases. All right, let's see if I can get these. I'm going to put them back in the box for now, but I will take some pictures. I'll put them on the grams for later. But that rose gold one, that surprised me in a very, very good way. That list of compatible refills is stunning. Does he list things like the G2, the standard G2, the Pilot G2, not the International G2, and Intergels, because those will fit, and they're Inkjoys, so I haven't looked. It's just a desk mat. So yeah, these pens are long enough to where I think they might fit some of the more standard refills. I'll just have to try them out with that. Ryan.com, thank you. So, I don't know. I'm pretty pleased. I think y'all like them too. A couple other things before I want to ink up this primary manipulation pen. That's one thing we're going to do. We're going to ink up primary manipulation with one of the greatest things of all time. We'll save that to last in case I make a mess. So Ackerman number 28 goes in my primary manipulation. I inked it up, used it, dried it out, cleaned it, stashed it, but now it's time to get this back in the review queue. So yeah, it's good. I flipped the cameras. It's just the focus is kind of bad on these cameras sometimes. So it's like, it's a challenge, but it's still better. Like, it's bad focus up here too, right? So no matter which way I do it. But before I do that, I have a couple other things to show. One, and this is what was making me think copper, is I'm giving this away on the blog today. Yeah, Bay State Blue is going in my primary manipulation. So, friend of the show, Ian Schoen. I'm getting this pen so dirty. Whoever wins this pen is going to have my fingerprints all over it. It's a copper Pocket 6. It is super cool. And I'm giving this away on the blog, so go to penaddict.com. Most of you know have seen it probably already this morning, but it's the Copper Pocket 6 with my fingerprints all over it, with the ridge section, which gives it the hooded style look of the nib. Maybe it'll focus, maybe it won't. Who knows? But I'm giving this away on the blog. This is the full copper barrel, so it's pretty cool. And Ian was nice enough to include the rollerball section. So this is the one where you can put the fountain pen ink in, so you can use the converter, or I guess probably, do the converters fit in here or just cartridges? I only use cartridges, so I don't even know. Probably just cartridges, right? So this is the Schmidt insert, right? You can just screw it out here like this, but it's a fountain pen setting in here. So just cartridges, thank you. That's what I thought, but I was wondering, questioning myself. So this is a 0.5 millimeter roller ball. How heavy is it? You know what? For a copper pen, it's heavy, but it's not obscene. I could use this every day, and I generally don't like the heavy pens. I don't think it's overly heavy. It is absolutely heavy compared to aluminum. I don't think it's over heavy for what the copper is, especially that it's an entire copper pen. Do you need special ink for the rollerball? No, it's a fountain pen cartridge. The brass one is heavier than a brass sport. That doesn't surprise me. The brass sports are great because they aren't heavy, even remotely. I miss it as the clip as heavy duty as they show. It is. It's a thud clip. It's like thonk. So yeah, I'm giving that away on the blog. This, you can see, it's itty bitty pen when it's like this, and then you unscrew it, and it's about like that. So I don't think it's overly heavy. I could use this every day. Again, like I'm just repeating myself. I could use this every day, and I generally prefer lighter pens. I don't find it to be outrageously heavy. I'm gonna have to go against my general rule and enter this one. You should enter this one. So it's cool and cute. And then I have the faceted brass one to review. That's gonna be in the review queue soon. So yeah, there you go. This is up for grabs on the blog right now, and we'll pick it up. We'll give it away this weekend. But I thought it was just really nice of him to do. He sent me a few. He sent me like 3 pens. I've already given away one of the aluminum anodized. I knew I was going to give this one away because I would want it to go wasted on me. Like I would use it and love it, but I think this is just a cool giveaway with the matching rollerball section. And then the faceted brass, I'm going to do a proper review of, even though I've reviewed some of his pens before. So that one's dope. It's really, really cool. So yeah, go enter that. Let me slide this over here so I'm not losing all my stuff. Next thing. How cute are these? That's my Pencil Revolution zines. I like to see the makers in the community making things on their own. So Les from Comfortable Shoes Studio is making a journaling zine. Johnny's making the Pencil Revolution zine. And they're different. This is not a traditional zine, and this is a single page folded zine. So I gotta look and see how Johnny does it. But there's a process to it on getting everything turned correctly, right? So it just opens, right, and has the pages like this. But that's what it comes from, single page, right? Oh, is this how Austin does it? I figured it was something similar. So it's very cool, isn't it? So yeah. So now I got to get it back together. There you go. Fold it like that. Boom. So yeah, those are the first 2 issues. What do these cost? Like $1 each or something like that. It's cool to support your friends in the community. And I love Johnny as it is. And it was a no-brainer, as much as of a zine guy as I am. He's already mocked up 10 issues. That's crazy. $2. Yeah. It's cool. It's just a fun little thing for the community to do and get involved in. I love it. I'll always buy the zines. So like I now have more. I definitely am buying more zines than I have stationary subscriptions. I don't have this any. Now that the CW pencils, what we have, one more of those. I've got my last one coming to that, and coming for that, and then that's it for my subs. So, but I've ordered this one. I've ordered Les's. I'm on the Plumbago one. And then I ordered the ones from, yeah, Les is going to make another run, at least another 100 of the first issue. And she's going to tweak the cover a little bit. I think she didn't like the color printing on the first one anyway, even though so she's going to change it. So there'll be a second edition of volume 1. So yeah, I look forward to reading these. I haven't read them yet, so they're sitting here ready to roll. All right, I ordered this new cutting mat. So I use a cutting mat when I clean, but I don't keep that around here. I wanted to keep one here at the desk. I don't know which color is going to be better for the camera, blue or pink. Probably blue, huh? It's pink. Pink is good. Blue. It's a very thick. But I did this because I got my desk mat and I don't want to get ink on it. So I'm going to open this up. So I always keep running lists of product reviews. Blue, more contrast with the table. Yeah, I think so too. So I always want to keep a running list of product reviews so I know what I have active, right? I don't always have like pens inked up that I want to review. Sometimes I use them, put them away, then come back to them, and the primary manipulation one is one. Because I want to review the larger size Leonardo with the piston filler, which I haven't done yet. And just so happens it's the dope primary manipulation one. But I always like to use products as much as I can. Sometimes, you don't get the chance to do, but I keep a list. Like I have, the Blackwing Eras, the Pen BBS 404 ink, the Auto Hut Design 03, and the Mythic pens in my design queue. So now, in my review queue. So I'm using these products, formulating thoughts about these products. So when it comes time to review them, I can just go instead of trying to figure it out at the time I'm sitting down for the review. So this is one I knew I needed to get added to the list because I want to talk about the filling system really and the size of the pen as it compares to the other Leonardo's, the Memento Zero specifically, which I have. The Ackerman bottles are smaller than I thought. They're not gigantic. It's a 60 milliliter bottle. So if you think, yeah, Brooks is here in the chat. Or if he's still here, he was here this morning. So it's not an overly huge bottle, but their old bottles used to be double that size, I think. And as are the Dutch Master sizes. Yeah, they're double. I'll bring in the Dutch Masters one day. So the deal, if you aren't familiar with Ackerman, let's see if I can show it here. So it has a stopper there's a marble, essentially. It's a glass marble in the upper section of the bottle. They come in the old 120s, except they're smooth. They're not faceted bottles. It's a smooth bottle, like a beaker. So what you do is when you're ready to fill, so like the ink lives here in the bottom, right? The marble seals it off, and then you tip it up. You let the ink flow, fills up that section from down here, and then you stopper it. You flip it up with the bottle, so now this whole top section is filled with ink. And then that's how we'll go and fill the pen that way. So this is the Leonardo, did they call this the Momento Grande or Momento Zero Grande? But whatever, it's the Grande, it's the one with the piston filler. So the only issue with this pen is it's like a ratchet piston kind of thing. Oh, this one comes out? Okay, I was thinking it was the other one. So, oh, it's not. So there's no ink window to see how much ink you get filled, right? So you're kind of going in blind. So you just unscrew the piston, which brings the plunger down here. You know, normally on my piston fillers, I like to see what's happening on the inside so I can see how much ink I really got in here. So that's the only thing. But I don't know. I wouldn't want this with an ink window, right? Like the material is just too wild. You just kind of want the whole material experience, right? So what you'll do is, this one's a tough one also to fill in the Acromon, but I've done it before because it's a pretty long nib and long section. So we got to get all the way down to here in the bottle, right, to fill this up. So it's pretty, I just pull off the nib and feed and syringe fill it. Yeah, absolutely. I do that plenty. But like we're getting pretty close here. So I want to make sure this is like really full when I go to fill this. So, which it looks to be. I wish they made a few in the standard size as well for people with smaller hands. Which ones? The primary manipulation? The material? Is that what you mean? The piston filler? Because they have Momento Zeros that are captured cartridge converter. And then that are smaller. But yeah, the material. I'm with you. I would buy one of those too, right? If they want to sell me a second one of these, I would do that. So we'll just dip this guy right in here. I know you can't see it, but I can get this all the way in there. And I can see, I know y'all aren't seeing, I know I'm blocking the camera, but I have to get this nib way down in there. So we'll just do that. I wish they made some with for people with smaller budgets. That too, Mike. These are expensive, no doubt. The Momento Zero is a good price. These are very expensive, I think. But I think the Momento Zeros are fairly priced. So yes, these are super expensive. All right, so I don't know why, but I'm always, when I'm done filling it, I like to run it back down to the bottom and store it this way. Just, I don't know why. I just don't want that ink in the top of my bottle when I'm storing it for some reason. All right, so I'm like a super cleaner on the barrel. Like, I just want to make sure I get all that stuff off of there. The guy said he was only making big ones because they're expensive. That's kind of funny. I mean, maybe he has more committed in the materials. Maybe, so he wants to extract the most profit. Right? Like if you're going to pay, maybe this is more than the materials he would normally pay, right, than making his own or doing whatever. So this is the pad that that was my tweet yesterday. I cleaned off my desk yesterday. You know, I get vertical on my desk, and it was getting to be too messy. Do you try to get ink off back of the nibs after filling it to fool's errand? Yeah, I stopped. I used to. So my desk was a mess, and I keep all the notebooks that I use regularly on there, but I was cleaning up. I had other things. I was like, oh, like I'm going to end up with more notebooks on my desk after I cleaned it than before I cleaned it. Yeah, this material is more money. Absolutely, right? So when they're buying it from from someone else, right, it's just going to add to the price. So they want to use it for the most expensive things, and I can't say that I blame them, right? So, I recorded a podcast with John West from Stationary Orbit, which I think is coming out next weekend, something like that. And we were talking about favorite paper, and I gave my answers, and he said, you know, I've been really liking the Morima and Nemo Sign books. And I said, yeah, I love them. I just wish they came in standard bindings, right? Like this is one of my favorite desk pads, but for a journal, I want, you know, a traditional sidebound thing. You know, traditional binding. So yeah, I said, yeah, if these came in like an A5 sidebound, I would buy a stack of them like that, because I think the paper is awesome. It's not quite as yellow or ivory as like the Midori. I think this is yellower, right? You can tell pretty quickly. Like it's not white, but it's definitely more ivory, and this is more creamy ivory. I don't know. What's the difference between cream and ivory paper, chat? Which one's more yellow? But long version short, the less yellow the paper is, the more I like it. Cream is more yellow. Okay. APOC, today is NPD. Pilot Custom 823, my new most expensive pen. Love it. That's awesome. Yeah, so with the 823, it's an important pen to know what you're inking it up first with, I think, because it's visual. You should branch out beyond Rhodey and Leuchtturm, shouldn't I? I don't know that you have to. Those are pretty good. See you, Tony. I mean, APOC, I don't know. I wouldn't be in a rush. I don't know what you're going to find better for your needs. Right? Smoke, Fine, and Shinkai is in the box. Yeah. I like that. Oops. Okay, pen, you need to write. I just inked you from a bottle. Shinkai is in the... So one thing that Leonardo does differently than other companies is their section design. It's a step down. And I wasn't totally sure what to make of that, but it's not concave. Let's see, I've got a concave here. Concave one here. It's not tapered. There's an actual step. So you can see my Rockster is concave, where the Leonardo, it has like a step down. And I didn't think, like, I was like, what is this? Why is this a thing? Is this really going to be the way to go? But that's right where I grip the pen. Like, I'm a lower gripper anyway. It kind of works perfectly for me. I wonder if higher grippers would have more of a challenge with this grip. I haven't really heard of any issues. I know I don't write big enough for y'all to see really on the stream, but I guess it's okay. Low gripper. But these gold nibs are great. I got an extra fine. And this is the Stromboli primary manipulation color, the green. I know Jonathan has more in the works. For Leonardo, if you were interested in this, they did 50 red, 50 green in the beginning. That looks like a bigger pen. Yes, it is. That's why I'm going to review this one. So I've reviewed the Memento Zero, which is the cartridge converter model. This is a piston filling model, and it's absolutely bigger. I didn't bring one in here, but that's my Rockster pen. Side by side, you might say there's not a lot of difference, but there's a huge amount of difference in like the diameter and the weight of the pen. Yeah. Because of Brad, I got my first Sailor Wicked Witch of the West on the condition I hand it over to my wife and wait for Christmas, so it's sitting in a box in a closet for the few months. That's a great move, to be perfectly honest. That's a great move. And for that pen, right? That pen is amazing. I'll probably regret not getting that one. I'm holding out because they will drop King of Pens later. They won't do them all at the same time necessarily. So I'm holding out hope that they sneak a King of Pen Witch in there, and I will buy that one instantly. Otherwise, I'll regret not getting this one. Although I could probably still find one right now. It's a really, really great color. I should probably just go get one. But like they did with the Tangerine and Fresca, they released the King of Pens like almost a year later after the launch. So we'll see. I'm not holding my hopes up, nor do I need to. I would need to start selling some pens if I buy another King of Pens. So I think the Wicked Witch is an NA Standard Dish line. Yeah, which they did for Tangerine. I think Fresca was. And then they did, sorry, my eyes bugging me. Then I think they did the King of Pen after that, but they weren't on the initial release. I don't know. I could be misremembering, but I think that's how those played out. That's why I got the orange one. It came out later. I think the Wicked Witch is not standard. Yeah, it would be... I don't think it'd even be $740. I think it'd be whatever the 800 price is, that's a lot. I'm on Pacific time, and let me say that this is a perfect way to start my day. I'm still drinking coffee in Eastern time, so cheers. I'm going to be into pot 2 of coffee tonight because my parents aren't going to get here till like midnight tonight driving, so it's going to be a long day. So that's kind of the show and tell portion of the show. What else do you want to talk about? I got a little more time to hang. So the Rockster, I've been very happy with this one. I love this nib, this black nib, and the way it feels and the way it writes. I might just go for it and get it tuned or get it shaped and just deal with the gray on there. But I don't know. It's kind of like perfectly tuned right now, but it's a fine nib, and it writes wide for me. I almost want like a stubbish cursive italic. They're moving from the Charleston area, but they're getting packed up today, so they're not going to leave until like 5 or 6 tonight and then drive here, which is about 5-6 hours. So it's not far away. They're just not leaving till late. What's that orange desk mat material? I don't know. It's like pleather or something. It's a random one. I looked for the biggest one I could find on Amazon, and it's this one. It has a cork background. So you can use either the cork side, which I didn't want to use because I didn't want to sink ink into it, or this. But it's not it's not like the normal mouse pad material, which I didn't think I was going to like at first, but it's okay. It's okay. Who's from Charleston? Yep. Yeah, Hobby. So I'm not going to get to see you now unless I make a special trip. My parents are leaving today. So I don't know what the material was, but it was just something I got off Amazon. It was like $18. I don't even know. And it's like this long. It's like longer than this. So we'll see. We'll have to see if I can clean it later, which is kind of why I got it, because the standard mouse pads, they kind of get dirty and can't clean and whatever. But it feels more like this cutting pad, than like a traditional mouse pad, squishy mouse pad. So I got a big desk pad for work, and I love it very, very much. Yeah, I was an early convert to the bigger the mouse pad, the better, and then all the way into like the desk mat face. Like I would get made fun of at my old IT job because I'd bring in like my big honking mouse pad, and that's one of those things where people would make fun of it and then ask me where I bought it. So I think it's just you, APOC. I got no issues on my side. It is worth the special trip. We'll make it one day. I've been to Charleston several times without my parents living there, so we'll have to figure it out one time. Yeah, so this one fits the keyboard and the mouse and has all the room. I really just wanted it for more of a background over here when I wasn't using the, just for this area. Because when I show, like, it was harder. As bad as this, as much as I complain about this camera, it's worse when it was a full black background, right? The lighting and everything works terribly. Yeah, so I haven't gone there yet, Thunder Viking, but I will end up, one of these days I'll buy, whoa, sorry, I was leaning on my desk. One of these days I'll buy the fancy keyboard for this desk and then get like the desk mat thing. I'm too non-committal to keyboards right now. Like, I don't feel like I have the need. I mean, needs never stopped me before, but like, I just don't. I want to do it right, which means I got to put in the research. So I always, yeah. So the desk mats with keycaps, they generally do like a matching set, right? You'll get your keycap set, and it might be like the one that we shared on the key company was like the Amalfi Coast. So it was like, light blue and red and white, and then the underlying mat had like a scene of the Italian coast on the desk mat underneath there. So yeah, it's just like a set, so it's all themed together. And then like the the cable from the keyboard cable will match in the same colors and things like that. So it's very cool. It's very cool. I just haven't been willing to put in the time to go there yet. My research involves spending a crap ton of money. I already have one of those, right? I do that with pens, right? I don't need to throw good money after bad or bad money after good, whichever way, on keyboards, right? I'm not just going to take my shot on keyboards. Like I have my one, Keychron I use for my writing desk, which is perfectly fine. But I want to get one for here. But I'm not going to do that until I like totally commit. Happy belated birthday, Brad. You're behind. Honestly, thought you were younger than me, and I'm 39. Well, I appreciate that, APOC. Thank you so much. Y'all are the best. I really, really appreciate you hanging. And I forgot how we started this show and how stressed out I was and just crazy. And y'all have made me, y'all like reverse my course every day that I do this. Every day that I get to stream with y'all, or every day that I get to podcast with someone, my mood drastically changed from when I start till when I'm done. And I just appreciate that opportunity that I have. And I don't take that for granted. Like, it's very valuable to me to have friends like y'all to get out of my head for a minute. Yeah, I turned 49 in August. It's nice hanging out with someone older. I know all these old kids on Twitch, right? Like, I'm gonna lose like all the viewers that are just like new today. Hey, I'm old, and if that makes you like unfollow, then you don't like old people. Nah, I'm just kidding. Stream cheers me up every time. Yeah, I like if I shaved, it would be something. It would be something. Let me flip these. I feel like I'm yelling at a little corner of my screen, so let me switch these cameras back. I'm not old, nor do I feel old. Is that why I have such excellent taste in pop culture? It's probably part of it. Part of it is that I'm into the new stuff too, right? So like I can have acknowledgement of the classic pop culture stuff, and I can relate it to the new stuff. So Brad is old enough to be my dad. You don't look that old. Yeah, let's not go there, Thunder Viking. Just not glad to know I'm not alone at 47 on Twitch. Absolutely. It's because I never want to grow up. That is very, very true. I do not look or act my age, which I'm very, very happy about. I wonder what the average age of your Twitch viewers is. Oh, we certainly skew older. What did Andrew say? Make me a bag and you can be however old. Yeah, that's a long list of people that want the one specific thing, and they'll do anything for it. Went to New Yoseka. Amazing. Good. I got to get up there when we can travel again. Aris, you're only as old as you act. I completely agree with that. As long as my mind is young and my actions represent what's going on in my mind, the age doesn't bother me. Can we get a special edition of the show called The Golf Addict? Probably not, because Mike wouldn't have a clue. I did go hit range balls this weekend though. So I've hit more golf balls in the past 3 or 4 months than I have in the past 3 or 4 years. So I'm still not playing very much. Like, I'm not good enough. Barry, young enough to be my son? I know. So I appreciate that. Yeah, I mostly forget how old I am. I agree with that, Mike. I love all you youngsters. Y'all keep me young. I feel like, honestly feel like one of y'all. I mean, I may not physically feel like I'm 29, but I feel like my mindset is like I'm 29. It would be even funnier if Mike is clueless. Yeah. I keep wanting to play more golf, but I just keep not having the time. But I'll get there. Like I said, I'm getting my wife into it, so we went to the range this weekend. We have a muni, our city muni. We're supporting the locals. Now that I'm in the 30s, I always have to do the math to remember my own age. That started with me about 44, 45, that I had to figure out. My age always brings them out, Coco. Especially people who I meet in person. It's already snowing, Andrew. Yeah. I was actually listening to like a golf superintendent interview this morning, and just, we're not in an area of the country where courses close for the fall and winter. Long lines to early vote for you. When we went, I think we were about 20th in line before they opened, so it wasn't bad. That moved straight through. They have like 10 machines where we're at. We were about 20th in line. We were there to less than 30 minutes total. Probably more like 20 minutes. And that was counting being there before they opened, and then they opened early for us. So just started ignoring my age after 21. I could drink but can't retire, so who cares? Yeah. I'm so happy that you pay attention to this, Coco. It's very important to me, so thank you. Because I forget to look a lot of times. Waited 2.5 hours in 45-degree weather on Saturday. Freezing for democracy. Crazy. Never reacted. Thanks for the follow, even though I can't pronounce your name. Hope you're having a great day. I'm south of Atlanta, so I'm good. Oh yeah, I'm not a Falcons fan, so I mean I know they cleaned house with the GM and coach, but I just don't. I could name like 3 players on the team. I don't follow the NFL or college football that much anymore. I used to be a very avid football fan. It's just not my thing anymore. How many average viewers do you need? It's got to stay above 75, which is great. We've been hitting that for weeks now. We got up over to 100 a couple weeks ago, which was crazy. So the problem isn't going to be the viewers. The problem is time, right? So it's probably going to be next year before I can like put the real focus on like getting that partner threshold. Dan Quinn got carried. Yeah, I would agree with that. Like, I didn't mind the hiring at the time as a not fan. I was like, okay, Dan Quinn came from the Seahawks. That's cool. Should be fine. And it hadn't been fine. -10 this morning without power. What? Was there a storm, Talmax? Yeah, I have a GoPro, Alan. My wife has a GoPro, I should say. She takes these, her Instagram is private, so don't send her an invite. She won't accept you. But, yeah, it's not max viewers, it's average. It's really the time-based is the kicker. But she takes these underwater pictures with a GoPro. She's a very good photographer. Freezing fog and someone drove into a power pole around 3 a.m. What does freezing fog even look like? Like, I can't, that seems like snow. Is that not snow? Maybe we can meet her one day. I think she stuck her head in one time ever. Yeah, freezing fog sounds like a movie thing. That's not real. Just like my age is not real. Thunder snow. Thunder snow, I feel like I could at least go on YouTube and like think it's real. Freezing fog. We've always thought about doing an April Fool's or a member special with Adina and Mary Beth. Someone did that on the network in the last year or two. I think it was it Focused? I think it was Focused. Daisy and Rachel. David and Mike's spouses got on there. I think they did a show on there. That would be pretty funny if we got Adina and Mary Beth. My wife would be a nervous wreck. Like, she doesn't do the socials. She is not into that at all. Freezing fog is fog that forms when the temperature at the surface is at or below the freezing mark. But yeah, but then it's a physical... I feel like I could grab it if it's freezing fog, and then it's not fog. That's the problem I'm having with this freezing fog commentary. So there's a layer of ice on everything and anything that can be touched by the fog. So the fog has to drop enough to stick, and then it turns to ice. That's just what Google told me. I'm with you. But it has to drop. At that point, it's freezing. Okay, I'm going to have not legit nightmares about this freezing fog crap. That doesn't seem real. It's transitory. That's APOC. Thanks for the sub. It coats every surface. APOC, thank you so much. Now you can make pins. You can make pins out of the emotes. We got to get new pin emotes so we can make it different colors. It cost me $6. Just know it's going to a good cause. APOC, do you have an Amazon Prime account? If you have that, you can subscribe for free to one person every month. If we ever got freezing fog here, I just nope and go back inside. Hell yeah. Oh, man. This is not what I expected today. It's really humid, but really freaking cold. I feel like we could pull that off here, but freezing fog, man, that's another thing. Gotta love Colorado. The entire state can be on fire and we have freezing fog. Totally. Seasons are nice. Watching from Australia. What time is it there? Like 3 a.m.? Aren't y'all like plus 14, Julian? Sleepy Owl Inc. 2 a.m. I was close. Y'all are awesome. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. We need to have an Australian Ink stream one day with all my Robert Oster, Van Diemen's. I need to get all those ink bottles of Van Diemen's out to everyone. Which is why I have no idea about this freezing fog thing. Yeah, trust me. I live here and I don't have any idea about this freezing fog thing. Yeah, it's been 80 here for weeks, but that's also why we have a hurricane coming at us, because it is so warm, right? We're about to get hit in a couple of days. It's ridiculous. But at least it's not freezing fog, I guess. That sounds... I feel like freezing fog, if I went outside, it would be that horror movie where I breathe the thing and then my veins would freeze and like I would turn blue and I would freeze from the inside. That's what freezing fog seems like. Speaking of freezing ink, I have about 3 more weeks before shipping ink becomes a bad idea. Well, good. I'm getting out a package on Wednesday with more more ink than you've ever gotten from me ever with all those samples. I gotta split those up. Basically exactly like that, Brad. Yeah, that's like a spell in Warcraft. I'm playing WoW again. So it's just like whew. We have a huge Colorado contingent in stream. So yeah. You just got Shadowlands? Yeah, that's the only, like, I've stopped playing pretty much all my PlayStation games now that I have this computer at home and got back on Warcraft. I looked at my logs in Warcraft and it was like 6 years since I'd logged in. So yeah. Drop bears. Freezing frog is right up there with being so cold that when you inhale through your nose that the sides of your nose freeze to each other. Yeah, that sounds like I am back on Warcraft. I need one thing. I need one commitment game. And it was Destiny for a while. And I just got bored. And I got bored at the time a new expansion in Warcraft was about to drop, so there you have it. PC Master Race, yeah. We just have cancel gators. Someone, a 10-foot alligator got hit crossing a highway here this weekend. So you have more gators in Florida, but they sneak out around here pretty well too. I'd like to see a Pen Addict Among Us stream. We'll have to get a bunch of us together and do that. Dragon Age is my addiction right now. Yeah. Will you be getting a next-gen console next month? Maybe. I'm not, like, desperate. Like, I'll get a PlayStation 5 at some point. Still on that Call of Duty kick? I could see that. That could be an addiction. Did you ever play Destiny with Syracusa? We've never played directly, but we were in the same clan. We're in Ranz's clan. So I'd see him online plenty. But we never played, we never played Crucible together or never quested together or anything like that. Can you do a gator-shaped pen case? Probably. The year I was serious about WoW, I saved money because I didn't have time for anything else. Yeah, I can't do that. Luckily, so the one thing I've never, ever been able to do is stay up late. Right? Like, I can never play until like midnight or something like that. That is not in my DNA. So I've been able to control. Like, I was like, you know what? I like my sleep. It's 10:30. I'm going to bed, so I don't get stuck in that kind of thing. That's been since I was a kid. I've never been able to stay up late. It's just my thing. And because I get up early. I'm just wired to sleep from like 11 to 7 every day. Yeah, Mike's just going to bed when I'm getting up. I'm surprised you're up this early. So, never once in my life have I been like the night owl person. And what's funny, I say that, and I worked third shift for 6 years. But I would switch back on my weekends. I just had a very structured sleep schedule when I did third shift. Oh, I always opened the golf course at 6 a.m. I worked on a greens crew. I had to be there at 5:30. So I've always had those jobs. Turn on my PS4 for the first time in 2 years, playing Red Dead. That's a good lay-in-bed play. Just chill. For like 6 years, I worked from 11 to 7. Yeah. I didn't hate it. I had a good job. It paid well. You know, you get paid a lot of extra money for that. And you don't have to deal with management during the daytime. I didn't mind being, doing that. But as my kids got older, it started becoming more of a hassle. Yeah, 5:30 a.m. greens crew was never an issue. Like, it was just, I don't know. I can function that way. So this whole goes back to why I'm not worried about like Warcraft addiction, because I just can't. I'm too busy during the day, and I can't stay up late at night. So I play when I can. I might play an hour every day or something like that, or like 3 or 4 hours on the weekend. But I'll never just kind of like no life it. But I'm enjoying it right now, so we'll see if that stays. I'm always prone to switch. Wonderpen's new site is up. Cool. We'll have to check it out. Yeah, that's tough right now for you, Sarah, with all that you have going on in school on top of it. Whew. I only see 5:30 if I'm still awake. Yeah, that is not. What WoW server I'm on? I'm on Kael'thas, and I don't know its connected servers. So what are they? They're like groups of 6 or 8 servers that all see each other. So I'm in Kael'thas. I forget the other ones off the top of my head. I see them all the time, but I just forget what they are. Malfurion, Shadow Moon. I can't remember. Maybe it's Shadow Song. But you can look on the list and see if anyone still plays. You can see if the servers are connected. But it's an Kael'thas is Eastern Time server. So, what happened to the Kaweco Black Crystal? Did anyone? So someone opened pre-orders on that. Didn't Goulet open pre-orders on that? Supposed to be out in September. So what's your character name? So the very first character, which is my longest running character, I'm not sure I'm not sure what's going to be my main character, but my original vanilla WoW character from 15 years ago. Has it been 15 years ago? His name is Begbie. For Francis Begbie from, anyone know who Francis Begbie is? Before I tell you. And he's a gnome. He's a gnome warlock. So that's my longest. If I have a main character, it's probably him. But does anyone know what he was named after? Dwarf Hunter. Yeah, I have a hunter. Train Spotting. That's right. Of course, Rewizzles gets it. Yeah. So Begbie was a really bad person, but he was basically short and obnoxious, and fought everything and hated everyone and would just pick a fight. So for my short little dark magic warlock, I went with Begbie in honor to Begbie from Train Spotting. So there you go. That was my name. But I think I might have 6 level 50 characters. I don't know that Begbie's going to be the one I play. So we'll see. I'm enjoying my druid right now because I like farming. Like I'm one of those farming people, not raiding people. That's another reason why I'll never completely no life Warcraft, is because I can stop whenever I want. I'm not playing, in a raid guild or anything like that. I just play solo, farm, craft. I like farming, grinding, and professions. So Goulet says the Black Crystal is due in November. Okay, cool. I was figuring if I might have missed it. But let's see. My hunter is named Brassneck, which is a Wedding Present album. My warrior, I have a Fury warrior. That might be my favorite character. Her name is Kinney, with Kinney for Slater Kinney, which is the name of a band who is named after a street corner. I saw the Bung Box news. Actually, I need to remember to put that on there. I have a demon hunter whose name is Namiki, for obvious reasons. Is that it? Oh, my druid's name is Torn. Just seemed like a funny name. $46 shipping. Oh, my Death Knight is named Kiosk. I just like real names that are just funny. All right, so there we go. Well, yeah, I think everyone's run across Warcraft at some point in their gaming life if they're a gamer. So yeah, the guild bank logs say the last thing I pulled out of there was like 6 years ago. I'm Steve. I'm a Death Knight. All right, that's gonna wrap it up today, gang. I gotta go figure out what the rest of this afternoon holds for me. We'll figure it out Thursday. What do y'all want to do Thursday? Should I get a bunch of inks Thursday? Do a bunch of ink swabbing. I have notebooks to send. I caught up on memberships last week, so I could send some notebooks. Maybe I'll grab a batch of those. Good chat today, just random chat. Got my mind clear. Again, every time I finish here, I'm always in a better mood, 100% of the time, without a doubt. So thank y'all for that. Thank y'all for hanging out. Yeah. Be awesome. Be awesome to other people. Vote if you're in the U.S. Vote if you're anywhere. But I know all our international listeners are probably tired of hearing us say vote, but there's a damn good reason we need to get out the vote. So, yeah, y'all be good. Be good to each other. And I'll see y'all online. Bye.